is now. And welcome to the SVK Crypto Podcast. 15 minutes of crypto fame.
My name's Charles Story. I'll be your host for the next 15 minutes. We're coming live from the City of London, so let's get down to business. Today is Tuesday, the 31st of October, 2017. We currently have Bitcoin at 6,365. I'm going to say it one more time. So 6,365. Woohoo! Which is up 5% in the last 24 hours. We hit another all-time high today. With Ethereum, we have at $306, which is up 1%. Ripple still at 20 cents. That's a 0% change in the last 24 hours. Litecoin at $56, which is up 1%. And Dash at $283, which is down 1%. Hey, well, I'm going to tell you guys, we've got a different format for today's show. We've got a really exciting topic, or two exciting topics actually we're going to cover. So the first one is how to purchase or get in to the crypto game. How are you going to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Dash, the coins we talk about, how to buy that, how to keep them secure. And the second part is how to get involved in ICOs. So super interesting. Let's get into it. So the first part of how to get into Bitcoin is very simple. So a lot of people go to exchanges such as Coinbase, and the reason behind that is because it's very easy to use. Now, Coinbase probably isn't the best exchange to buy Bitcoin on. And the reason behind that is very expensive to purchase Bitcoin. So it's a 3.9% debit card charge just to put the fiat currency, so the dollar, onto your account to then exchange into Bitcoin. So what I'd recommend doing is going to an exchange such as CoinFloor, CEX.io, Bittrex, or Kraken. They're kind of large exchanges, got a lot of clients, a lot of volume going through, super easy to open accounts. However, it's going to take 3 to 5 days. That's just how it is for any retail account. It's going to take that time because a lot of people are applying for accounts. Now, when you open an account, you're going to see a way to put money onto the account. So you can do that with a debit card, bank transfer. But once that's on the account, you'll be able to purchase Bitcoin or Ethereum. Now, let's say you want to get involved with Dash, let's say. Okay, so Dash is supported on the Kraken exchange. So you have to go through Kraken to turn your dollars or pounds into Dash, or to buy Dash. Sorry. So what you got to look at is, does your exchange cover what you want to buy? Now you need to work out what you want to buy first. However, there's another way around this. So what we do, or what I do personally, is I would buy Bitcoin. And let's say I wanted to buy Ripple. Now, Ripple's not on all exchanges. So I'd purchase Bitcoin, let's say on CoinFloor or CEX or Kraken. And then with my Bitcoin, I'd then open a decentralized account. And there's tons of these out there. You can just Google them. Which one is the best for what you're looking for? And then with your Bitcoin, you don't have to open up an account. You simply transfer the Bitcoin onto the account, and then you can exchange that for your Ripple, your Dash, or altcoins that may not have too much volume, that you see a lot of potential or a lot of upside in. So that's a really key way to get into the game. Now, the second part to this is, where do you hold the funds? Because as we all know, a lot of these exchanges get hacked, and guess what? There's no insurance. So if it does get hacked, it's tough. That's just tough luck. So the best thing to do is, once you have your Bitcoin on an exchange, or your Ethereum or your Ripple or your Dash, because you've transferred it through, what you need to do is you need to get it off the exchange ASAP. Now, there's two ways you can do this. One is the Trezor wallet, which we call cold storage. So once you send it onto your Trezor, it's offline, it's off the network, it's unhackable, and it's the safest possible thing to do. And I believe you can buy Trezor at present for $98. Great company, super easy to use, super secure. I highly recommend them. But the other thing you can do is get an online wallet. So this wouldn't be an exchange wallet. This would be a wallet on your computer. They call it an online wallet. One of the ones I use or have used in the past is Exodus, EXODUS. Great company, really good wallet, super easy to use. You download that, it has an address. With that address, you send from your exchange wallet onto the Exodus wallet. That can sit there. At least you know your money's not on the exchange. And also, just to kind of clarify that, I know for some people, I know the listeners are all kind of different backgrounds and different experiences in this. But when you send from a wallet or from your Ethereum or from your Trezor, you're going to have an address, and that address is always going to be the same. So you know where your purchases are going, what you're buying, and vice versa with that. So say if I was to put money into an exchange, I know my address and I know that's going to be coming from there. So I understand and I get to know that address as well. But when you're doing it from exchange wallets, you don't really see that side of that. So that's quite tough to get your head around to begin with. Okay, so once you've got your Bitcoin and let's say you bought your Trezor, you can keep it offline. And it depends what you want to do. Do you want to be trading it? Do you want to be exchanging it for all the other upcoming altcoins? Or do you want to just hold Bitcoin? A lot of you just want to hold Bitcoin. So the Trezor I'd really highly recommend, and that's Trezor. You can go check them at trezor.com. Super good offline storage, and there's lots of reviews on YouTube with people showing you kind of how to set it up. It's very, very simple, I promise you. The other cold storage solution is the Ledger Nano X, and I haven't personally used that, but I know it's also very good. But as I said, it depends how seriously you want to take your security and how much you're buying. So say if you're buying, I don't know, £50 worth, you probably don't really want to go and spend 98 on a Trezor. But if you're gonna put, I'd say any more. If you're up for losing it, as in you're up for purchasing some Bitcoin and never seeing it again, don't buy a Trezor, because the Trezor is going to keep it secure. And if you're serious about this and you're serious about holding it, buy a Trezor, seriously. Now, I want to say one thing about the Trezor, though. It's not going to handle every type of altcoin. Now, because the way these are set up, they can only program coins that have been around for a while, because they can get the technology built in to be able to be secure. So I believe the Trezor at present does Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash. It doesn't do Monero yet. So that's what they do. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Dash. So they handle 4. So this is a bit of an issue here. So say if you're looking to buy an altcoin such as Monero, you're going to have to type into Google. This is what I would do: Monero wallet. And once that comes up there, you can download the wallet. From there, you can basically transfer your Monero from your exchange onto your wallet. Remember where it is. There'll be cold storage solutions. There's going to be online wallets. Depends what you want to do there. But that's the best way to do it. Now, let's go on to the next part of the show. So the next part is getting involved in ICOs. Now, I know ICOs have been everywhere on the news. Everyone's probably heard of them. The huge upsides, the huge gains there. So this is what I want to talk about, because I know when we first started getting involved in ICOs, it's very confusing how you actually get into it. There's not a lot of support, because there's not a lot of people taking you from A to B to the whole 360, how to get in, how to store your tokens, how to get everything going. So this is kind of my steps of how I get into ICOs and how I store my tokens. So first thing you need to do is you need to hold Ethereum. Now, Ethereum's really key when getting involved in ICOs, because that's what most ICOs accept, because the majority at the minute are built on the ERC20 tokens, which are built on the Ethereum blockchain. So you need to purchase some Ethereum. You can do this via fiat currency such as pound sterling or dollars, or you can exchange. Let's say you bought Bitcoin and you can exchange that at a decentralized exchange or a normal exchange into Ethereum. From there, you need to set up, and I recommend taking notes, My Ether wallet. Okay, so My Ether wallet, super easy to use. You can use your Trezor on there because it's built-in Trezor systems and the Ledger Nano X and a few others. Or you can just download your own wallet, and you're going to have to write down the details of your wallet address and name. It does this step by step. It's super easy to do. It takes about 5 minutes maximum. I've done it before. So you set that up. You've got a paper wallet. Now your paper wallet has all the details on, so you've got it all written down. I'd recommend making a copy. Do not put this in a Word document or save it online, just in case your computer gets hacked. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if they do, you have access to your tokens. So I recommend just writing this down. Now, once you have the address and you've sent the Ethereum to it, you'll be able to see this in something called My Ether Scan, and you can type in your wallet address and you can see how much everything is, so you don't need to keep logging in manually. Now, let's say I want to get involved in ICO. I find one on Token Hub, let's say, or Chain Starter. I know they're dealing in ICOs at the minute. Some really great, interesting companies coming up, such as Bunchy, which was released today. Let's say you want to go through there. I go onto the site, I register, and there's two different types. You've got your pre-ICO, and then you've got the public crowd sale. The pre-ICO normally has a huge discount, kind of 10, 15, 20, 25%, sometimes 50%. And it depends how far I'm monitoring the ICO, but most people just get involved in the crowd sale. So I register my details, I get accepted. Sometimes you have to do a bit of a KYC. The KYC involves two things. One, a selfie with your ID and just your ID on its own. And the third, in three things, is to register your Ethereum address to make sure that the money you're sending through is your money, not going to change it halfway through and it ends up being someone else's address, so on and so forth. That's how that operates. So once you've done that and your address is registered, you're able to see where you're sending the funds to. Now, when you're involved in an ICO and they say we've raised, let's say, 10 million so far, you can check that by seeing the ICO address, which will be on the website, their wallet address where they want you to send your Ether to. And on the website, on my Etherscan, you can copy and paste the wallet address onto there, and you can double check how much they've actually raised to see if what they're saying is true. And if they're saying they've raised 10 million, it says they've raised, I don't know, £50,000, you know they're way off, and you need to maybe do some more research into what's going on there and what they mean by they've raised 10 million, because a lot of people throw big numbers around. So once you've done that, you can log into your wallet and everything checks out okay. And what you do is you go into My Etherscan, you log in your details, and you send your Ether. So say if you're going to invest 10 Ethereums, you would type that in, and it's going to ask you for the address you're sending it to. So you copy and paste, or you got to double check, triple check, quadruple check this, because if you mess this up, your funds are going to be going anywhere and you can't track them back. There's no intermediary bank or no one you can call and say, hey, where's my money gone to? So you need to be super careful with that. So once you've checked and double checked your details, or the wallet details, you type that in, you need to choose your gas mark. Now your gas mark is the appropriate fee, so how fast you want your money to arrive there, because it's going to be mined and people are going to have to approve the transaction, so on and so forth. So I normally recommend, if you want the money there pretty quickly, 200,000 on the gas mark. The gas mark is a very small percentage of an Ethereum. It's going to cost a couple of p. 200,000 normally costs around 10 pence to 15 pence. So that's what you need to do to send it super quick. And once that's sent, you will see the transaction go through. It normally takes about 5 to 10 minutes on 200,000 gas limit, sorry. Once that's sent through, you can see that. You can go into their wallet. You can see that your money's moved through as well. What I recommend doing at that stage is seeing on their website if it says anything about adding the token, because sometimes you have to go into your Ether wallet and actually manually add the token so it appears there, or sometimes it gets sent through automatically, so you'll see the token in your Ether wallet straight away. But as I said, if it doesn't go through straight away, don't freak out. You can contact the guys through Telegram or email and just ask them how to add the token to your wallet. Once you've manually added the token to your wallet, you'll be able to see it there. It'll have the token symbol. So let's say you're trading. I traded a token recently, and the token name was EVX. I will be able to see that in my wallet, and it will say, let's say, 50,000 EVX, for example. So you can see that there. Now, what you have to do is you have to wait for the ICO to be listed on an exchange. Now, most of the Ethereum-based ICOs will get listed on an exchange called EtherDelta. Now, you have to be a little bit careful with EtherDelta because it's kind of an intermediary exchange. So a lot of people who get in at the pre-sale dump their shares on EtherDelta because they want a quick out and they don't really believe in what the company's doing. But what I recommend doing, if you really believe in the company and really believe in the team, is holding out and waiting till they get listed on a larger exchange with more volume. I normally find that's where you get the greater returns, because more people have access to the ICO. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. We'll be doing other podcasts similar to this. And if you have any details or any interest in any other parts of the formatting of getting into the ICOs or how to buy the cryptos, please feel free to tweet us or send me an email. I've got to bounce. Have a great evening.
You've been listening to an SVK Crypto Podcast original. Follow us on Twitter at SVK_crypto. Email us on cstorry@svkcrypto.com. Leave us a message on our website www.svkcrypto.com.